In this lecture, let us try to understand what are the different operations that we can perform on a lathe machine. Okay, so the most significant work that is performed on a lathe machine is the turning operation. In metal turning, the workpiece is of cylindrical shape and it is fixed in the headstock section on a chuck. Then a single point cutting tool is fixed on the tool post. Let us see this in details. The chuck on the workpiece is rotated and the tool is given a feed. Now when the tool comes in contact with the rotating workpiece, it removes some amount of material in the form of chips. Now before turning, the first operation that is performed on the workpiece is the facing operation, where the tool is fed radially or crosswise to create a plane surface. Once this facing operation has been done, now we can start the actual turning operation. Turning is basically done to reduce the diameter of a workpiece partially or fully to maintain close dimensional accuracy, or sometimes to improve the surface finish of the product. Basically, there are three types of turning operations that can be performed, which are plane turning, step turning, and taper turning. In plane turning, what we do is we simply reduce the diameter of the workpiece uniformly, whereas in step turning, we reduce the diameters of the workpiece in steps, as you can see in this figure. Next, in the taper turning, up to a particular length, we uniformly reduce the diameter of a workpiece. Now, the extent of the tapering is given by a parameter called conicity. This is the formula, where the capital D is the original diameter, small d is the diameter after tapering, and length L is the length of the taper. Okay, now after this, there is a process called grooving. We can also cut a narrow slat or slot where the diameter of a small section is reduced. We can also cut threads in screws or other cylindrical bodies. This is usually done by engaging the lathe screw with the carriage for automatic feed. Then a specialized operation called knurling is also possible in lathe, where what we do is we give diamond shaped knurls to the workpiece. Okay, for knurling we need a specialized tool whose impression falls on the workpiece. Impression of the tools falls on the workpiece. Knurling is usually given for gripping purpose or to improve the visual aesthetics of the workpiece. Then finishing operations like chamfering can also be done at the corners to reduce the sharp edges. And apart from these operations, we can also perform drilling related operations on the lathe. For this, the drill bait holder is fixed on the tailstock, and the tailstock is brought near the rotating workpiece so that the workpiece and tool makes a contact. Since the workpiece rotates and the tool is kept stationary, this relative motion creates a hole in the workpiece. Similarly, boring, reaming, internal thread cutting, etc. can also be done. Okay, so this was all about the operations performed usually in lathe. In the comment section, you can type the list of the operations that you have performed so far on a lathe machine. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe Meg Vidya.